Good morning, very warm welcome to you with this Facebook Live today, where we're going to be talking about the top 3 issues nutritionists have with their websites and how you can fix them. I'm Neil from Total Wellness Club, and what we do here at Total Wellness Club is we help you drive up the impact and the trust factor in natural health and well-being. Before we get started today, just like to take a few minutes to share some exciting news with you. Last week, you may have heard we launched our search to find the nation's leading nutritionists. And these could be the best nutritionists in a town, in a city, or in a niche area. And all that has to happen is a nutritionist has to get their clients to vote for them, and the way that votes happen is by review. What's really cool is seeing all the nutritionists register and seeing all of the reviews come through onto their profiles and then live streaming them through to websites. That's pretty awesome to see. And although our focus is on nutritionists right now, if you are in another niche area and you want to win an award, just simply start collecting reviews. 10 reviews will win you a Bronze Health Hero Award, and just keep getting more reviews and you could find yourself becoming one of our annual award winners and win one of our GEM awards. Something else that's really cool is this week, as part of this project that we're working on with nutritionists, I've been able to interview a couple of niche leaders, and we'll be releasing those videos to you over the next couple of weeks. In one case, we've been talking about how one company has been using endorsements to develop more credibility in the marketplace. And we're also going to be finding out from another one how they've used media to really launch their career and their special kind of ideas of nutrition. So that's what we have coming up for you. And also we've been interviewing our members who have been having great successes. So we'll be sharing those videos with you as well. So that's all the exciting news, all the exciting things going on here at Total Wellness Club this week. What about your news? I'd love you to share what has been happening for you in your business. Pop your shares into the live stream here on this video so that we can see what they are. And also just mention one of our members, Tim Walter, noticed in our other group, in our hub, our business growth hub, forgot the name of it there for a second, in our business growth hub, Tim was mentioning that he's recently given a talk and he's had some amazing feedback from the person who ran that with him. So congratulations, Tim, on getting out there and giving a fantastic talk. So what we're going to be talking about today is the top 3 issues nutritionists have with their websites and how you can fix them. So I've reviewed a lot of nutritionists' websites over the years as I've coached and mentored nutritionists. But as we launched our awards more recently, I spent a lot more time looking at a greater spread of websites. What I'd just say that I think the most important thing for this is around contact information. This is the first of 3 things that I'm going to go through with you today. Contact information obviously is really important, and most people actually now have the contact information available on their website. Probably less than 5% now don't have it on there. If you haven't got it on there, it's a bit like having a shop and maybe closing the door and turning out all of the lights. It kind of doesn't suggest that you're open for more business. So the first thing is make sure that you have contact information on your website. And I think the second thing that goes along very closely with this is if you have got contact information on your website, please put it in a position that makes it very accessible for people. So the way that I think about this is that a nutritionist is a lot like other therapists. So whether that's a massage therapist or a beauty therapist, or actually even a hairdresser would fall into this category, where someone's giving a very personal service You want to have that contact information in a very accessible place, because it gives that accessible feel towards you. So this is like, if you imagine that there's a bank account between you and your prospect, and what you do when you put your contact information in a really accessible place, so your phone number and your email address, what happens is you put good feeling in that emotional bank account. So what can happen then is that person already feels good about you. I know when I see contact information in accessible places, it makes me feel that that person is approachable. What I'd say is that for contact information, the best place to put it on your website is in the top right-hand corner of every page. And because it's a kind of a nice, obvious place to put it. And if you put it on every page, it doesn't matter what page somebody comes in to your website on, that information is immediately accessible to them. So what you have to think about is that when somebody comes to your website, they're likely somebody who is in need. You know, they've probably got a health issue. I mean, they may come to you because there's a challenge or something that they're doing, and maybe they want to improve their health. But most people, you know, will come because there's a problem. You know, and when they come to you, they might be a bit anxious. They may be in pain. They might be a bit frustrated. Maybe they've never called a nutritionist before, so they might be a bit nervous or uncertain. So they don't know necessarily what they're going to expect. So your job is to remove the barriers that they may have from contacting you. So you want to make it really easy for them to do that. So two things. First of all, make sure you've got contact information on your website, and B, make sure that that contact information is in a really accessible place. I see we've got Joe and we've got Lucy with us on the call live with us. Welcome both of you. Now, for most people, that one change would be a game changer. So it may be you've got maybe 100 people coming onto your website every month. It might mean that you get an extra 1 or 2 inquiries that you wouldn't get before, because that information is really accessible. So let's take a look at the second biggest mistake that we've noticed on websites. So we noticed this on your about pages. So the problem here is that a number of you, you mention, so you don't mention your name on your about page, or some of you do mention your name, but you only mention your first name. So the issue with this is that you won't get found in searches if somebody is searching for you by name. Now, I know that some of you may have a brand name and that's how you want to be found. That's fine, that's not a problem. But on your about page, you should really mention that you are the founder or co-founder or director of this company on the about page. And then that way, when somebody is looking for you by name, you know, let's say they've met you at a networking meeting, or they've referred you to a friend by name because they couldn't remember your brand name, those people will be able to find you. So adding your name to this page would solve that problem. And then if you SEO that page, you know, get the person who does your website for you to add in your name as the keyword maybe on that page. And also there's something called meta tags. When you search on Google, you see there's a little line that comes up that you click on. Well, the description that comes up underneath that, that's the meta tag. So you'd like your name to come up in that as well. And that will improve your SEO as well. So that's the first issue with the about pages. The second is that often these pages are written in the first person, so not the third person. So it talks from the point of view of I as opposed to mentioning your name. So if you wrote your page in this way, it would just be a lot easier for you to mention your name. Also, keep in mind when you write these pages that the page isn't really about you. It's about the person that you're serving. It's about your prospect. What we've seen in a lot of about pages, people tell their story. They go into a lot of background information about how they got started and why this is their passion. And that's really interesting for you because it's about you. But if you would put yourself in the position of one of the site visitors, then what they're looking for is they look through your page is they're looking for relevance. They want to know if you can fix your problem, their problem. They want to know if they're in the right place. And if they can't find relevance, they'll click away very quickly. So if you imagine that a lot of pages currently probably would say, I'm this person, I've done that, I'm qualified in this, I got started because my passion is all about, maybe helping people with weight loss. I've been in the industry for 10 years. I won an award, and for the last 3 years ago, I wrote a book, and here's what the book's all about. So if the page sort of rambles in that way, it's not really going to help the person coming to the website. So if you switch this into the third person, you can make the copy a lot more punchy. So I'll give you an example. So here's an example for you. Award-winning nutritionist and author Neil Fellows has been solving weight issues for the last decade. So you can see it's really tight, it's really punchy, it's not really boastful about the award or about the book. And what the opening paragraph would do if you wrote it like this is it speaks of credibility. It's mentioned an award winner, it's mentioning that I'm an author. So it really helps to build up that credibility. Now, if I just carry on through the page and just give you some examples of other paragraphs that could follow on. So again, remember, we're making this about the person that's coming onto your web page, but we are sort of building up some empathy with you as well. So just bear that in mind as I read through this. So the next paragraph could be, if your energy is sluggish, or you're feeling lots of aches and pains, or you're fed up with feeling like you've got one cold after another, read on, because you're about to discover how you can change this with 3 simple changes. So the next paragraph could be, Neil Fellows once suffered as you do. He's changed his life from obesity and pain and created a 12-week intensive nutrition program that helps restore your energy, lose excess weight, and improve your immune system. So what we've done here is we've talked about the problem, the pain, and how we're going to fix that. 4th paragraph, past clients give the program an average 4.8 star rating on the independent health website, Total Wellness Club. So here, what we're doing is we're adding social proof. We're saying that this program is so good, it's on an independent website where there's reviews about it. So it really builds up your credibility. And also it paints a picture, it builds empathy, all within 4 paragraphs. So can you see how I'm blending the story about obesity with the client's symptoms, and then showing you what's in it for them when I mentioned the program? And by the way, I'm not a nutritionist. I've just made this up just to help you, give you an example of what you can do. So don't go Googling to try and find my book on nutrition, because you won't find one. So what I'm telling you here is exactly the same kind of information that you want to have on your profile on Total Wellness Club. So when you write your profile on Total Wellness Club, make sure it's in the third person, and it's really relevant to the person who will be reading the information. If you haven't registered with Total Wellness Club, you can do that by going to business.totalwellness.club, and you'll see there's more of an explanation on that page about what we do. I won't go into it right now. But you'll see everything you need. If you are already a member with us already, you can just log back into your account and you can make those changes nice and easily. The third issue that we have come across on websites is proof. I've alluded to that just a little bit as I was talking just now. And proof is one of the 5 elements that we're going to talk about in next week's Facebook Live training when we talk about landing pages. But I'm just going to talk about proof here just for a moment. What this is about having reviews live streamed through to your website, where they can show the proof of what you do through reviews. Reviews are different from testimonials in that they're really transparent. People are expecting to see reviews, they're live streamed, they're real, they're raw, they're unedited. So people really do trust what they see. And this is a lot like what I was saying about contact information right at the beginning. if you've got live stream reviews on your web pages, it's like putting money in that emotional bank account. It puts good feeling in there, because what you're doing is you're giving people the information that they need in order to make a buying decision, and they obviously respect that. Subconsciously they're going, okay, great, there's contact information and phone number. Oh, great, there's a really good program here that fits what I'm looking for, and now there's proof here as well that it works. So you're giving people all of the information that they know, they need. So if you want to live stream reviews to your website, if you're not currently doing that, we can help you with that. On the link I gave you a minute ago, business.totalwellness.club, we can live stream reviews to your page through our professional package. The investment is just £97 a year, which for most of you is just one extra client. As I say, you're giving those people who are coming to your website exactly what it is they're looking for, and it would be easy for you to gain new clients once you've got the traffic coming into your site as well. So social proofing is a massive trend, and if you don't already use reviews, I want to encourage you to please do that, because if you're not giving clients the information they need when they're looking for it, when they're looking at potentially becoming your client, then they're not going to become your client. So reviews are vital. This is your clients telling other people what you do. It's a bit like a referral or a recommendation, but the beauty of live stream reviews is that you don't have to wait for that recommendation to happen. You know, sometimes you're waiting for somebody to refer you to a friend or something, and it seems to take forever. But with reviews, once that review is left, it's kind of written in stone. So it's on your website, it's on our website, and it's in a place that you can then use it as part of your marketing collateral. You can use it in various ways over a number of years. You know, and one review adds up with another review and another review, and then people come onto your website and they can see that, yeah, you've got 4.8 or 4.9 or 5 stars over 10 or 100 reviews, and it just builds that credibility for you. So this is really powerful. So social proof is the third element that I want you to address on your websites. So we've gone through 3 things today. We like to keep these Facebook Lives into bite-sized pieces, things that you could go away and you could work with straight away. So what we've talked about today, at the beginning, we talked about contact information. Make sure you've got it on your website, but also make sure you've got it in an accessible place. The second thing we talked about is your about pages. And we talked mostly about making sure those pages are written in the third person and making it about the person coming to your website. And the third thing we talked about is social proof. Now, next week, we'll be running our Facebook Live at 2 o'clock next Thursday afternoon. And we'll be talking about the 5 elements that you need to make sure you include on all landing pages. And then the following week after that, Nora's going to be joining you. Nora's actually going to be critiquing web pages. So if you want your web page critiqued, then please do make sure that you let Nora know just by leaving your details, your web address in the comments. And also please do make sure you tell her who you're targeting as well, because she will want to know when she's critiquing your website who it's aimed at, so that she can give you the best advice possible. I see that Trish has just joined us. Trish, we're just wrapping up here, but the video will be available for you to watch in its entirety as soon as Facebook make it available to you. But that's it for today, and look forward to speaking to you next week. Take care now. Bye.